Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, for this opportunity, I would like to deliver the presentations, English literary teaching. So, the topic today is poetry lesson plan. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here, learning objectives. Upon the completion of these lessons, the student will be able to identify the essential elements of poetry and then label the elements using song lyrics. And the length of the study, the student will be able to study 1 to 2 hours. And then the curriculum standard here. There are 3 curriculum standards. The first curriculum standard determine a central idea of the text and how it is conveyed through particular details, provide a summary of the text distinct from personal opinions or judgment, then analyze in detail how a key individual event or idea is introduced, illustrated and elaborated in a text, for example, through example or anecdote. Then the last curriculum standard, there will be integrate information presented in different media or formats, for example, visually, quantitatively, as well as in words to develop a coherent understanding of a topic or issue. And then the key vocabulary. There will be the content, topic, tone, word choice, word order, figurative language, imagery, form, type, stanza, structure, line length, and rhyme scheme, and rhythm, method, and the last is meaning. And then the instructions. By doing these instructions, start by showing the study.com video lesson form and meaning in poetry. As the lessons is playing, write the following words on the board and on poster paper or on a handout provided to the students. This is the element of those. The first is topic red, tone blue, word choices yellow, word order green, figurative language pink, imagery purple, something like that. And then pause the video at 2 and 2:24 and discuss with the students the importance of the elements of content. How does tone, imagery, word choice, and so forth help poets create meaning? And compare poetry to song lyrics, both of which use elements of content to convey meaning and emotions. And then the activity here. Pass out the copies of assorted song lyrics, one sheet to each student, and then have students identify the different examples of content as provided in the song lyrics by underlining each in the color indicated. And if the content is implied rather than stated explicitly, students can write it on the page in the appropriate color. For example, if the topic is not stated in the lyrics, students should write on the page in red. And then after that, the student will return to the video again by continuing to playing the remainder of the video lessons. As the video lesson is playing, write the following on the board, on a poster paper, or on a handout provided to the students. There are the elements of form. The first one is type, stanza structure, line length, rhyme scheme, rhythm, matter, and the meaning. And the activity here will be when the video lesson has played and in its entirety, have the student use pen or pencils to identify, on a separate sheet of a paper, and the elements of form in the song lyrics. For example, if the song's lyrics are written like a story, the type might be considered a narrative. If the lyrics are divided into 4-line blocks, the stanza structure would be quatrains. And finally, have students share their song lyrics and the meaning of the lyric. Have students consider additional angles and interpretations for a collaborative element discussed as a whole group. Does everyone agree with them? And are there any alternative interpretation of the lyrics? And after that, we go to the discussion sessions. But in this discussion, there are 2 questions here. How many examples of poetry can we identify in our daily lives? And then the second questions, how could changing one element of poetry change the meaning of the poem? And then the extensions reading here, have a student select a well-known poem to analyze and ask students to use the poem to identify each of the elements mentioned in the lessons. And then have students use the elements of the content and form to compose a poem about a friend, parent, or pet. So I think that's all. Thank you very much for your attentions. I really do apologize if I have a mistake in delivering these presentations. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.